Hello everyone. I picked up this Homelite electric chainsaw for nothing. The homeowner was throwing it out, and so I'm gonna try to figure out why it's not running. Haven't plugged it in yet, but it looks like one of these plugs is really scorched badly. Looks like one of the prongs of the power cord is scorched badly. But there can't be that much to this. It's an electric motor with a trigger, some sprockets inside, I assume, for the chain. So it's either in this electrical connection here, or in the trigger switch somewhere, or the motor itself. So I'm going to dig into it, see if I can salvage this. These are really handy to have, especially if you don't want to fire up your gas chainsaw. Those things can be pretty temperamental, or you want to do a quiet job in the morning, or a small job. Plug this in and get at it without mixing gas and oil and all that stuff. So I'm going to dig into it. We'll see what's going on. Well, I've got the saw apart. It comes apart really easily. The only trick is the little C-clip that you have to remove on one of the gears. But now that I've got the motor open, I can see that the brush holders have quite a bit of, you can see the edge right there starting to deteriorate, and same with the other side right there. And the brushes are worn down pretty short. I'll pull those out in just a minute, but the brushes are really worn, and I think if I just replace the brushes, if they're long enough, they might just work just fine, so I'll be able to salvage this. So I'll get the brushes out and show you in just a minute. Well, fortunately, one of the brushes has enough material left that I can at least get the size. That's what's left of one of the brushes, and the lead is completely broken off, so there's not making any electrical contact, so the saw would have been dead with no signs of, no sounds or no movement or any sense that electricity is going through it. But this particular brush, you know, it's worn pretty good too, but at least I know what the size is that I'm looking for to go back into the brush holder, and provided that it's long enough, I should be able to get a little more use out of this saw. The plug, there must have been a lot of arcing going on as that thing started to wear, because you can see one of the, can't really see it all that well, but one of the prongs of one of the male prongs on the plug is has a lot of arcing and pitting on it. So there's some nasty currents and intermittent currents going through a couple of these connections. I finally got my brushes. They are 7 by 11, 7 millimeters by 11 millimeters. I forget what the length is, but it's plenty long. I haven't bored you with the splice I made. I actually like solder, so I've used a barrel connector here with the insulation stripped off. It was a crimp connector. Soldered the two leads on, and I'm going to, two leads together, and I'm going to slip this shrink tubing up over the top of it. Not that it really matters. These are the brushes I used. You can see there's a metal cap and a spring. I basically cut the lead off at the cap, took the spring off, and then attached the brush leads to the existing brush lead. So there's my connection to the new brush. There's the other one. I'm going to go ahead and fire it up and see whether I've salvaged this saw. Alright, so let's see if it cuts any wood. So it runs.